All right, and we're live. And welcome to the Coast to Coast Live podcast. I'm your host JP, and I got Corbin with us today. Thanks for joining us, Corbin.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you're here with us today because you placed first at the Coast to Coast Live event in Los Angeles on June 12th. Tell us a little bit about your experience there. How was that?
Oh, I mean, it was kind of crazy because I never performed in a club before, and the songs that I performed were unreleased. It was surprising to hear like people, knowing my lyrics and singing them with me while I was doing it. It's a pretty surreal experience, to be honest. I'm very grateful for it.
Okay, pretty dope. So how much performance experience do you have?
I have quite a bit like around my city,
Mhm.
popping out like every week somewhere, open mics, art hops that we have here. Like we have these little events that people do in the street, food trucks and beer places open up, the street and stuff gets closed down. People put stages on the street and then I'll go and perform on those stages.
Okay, that's pretty awesome. So where are you from? Are you from LA?
I'm from Fresno, California.
Okay, cool. So did you travel down to LA for the show?
Yeah, slight 3.5 hour drive, not
Nice,
too bad.
not bad.
Some people were there from like Atlanta and stuff. I was like, damn, they flew all the way out there.
Yeah, yeah, we do shows all over the country. So artists like to, they like to travel to different cities to get their name out there. Is that your first time performing like out of your city,
Yeah,
out of Fresno?
yeah, that's my first time out of the city. And I got a
So
great response, to be honest. I was really surprised.
nice. And did you bring people with you? Like how many people did you came with you from Fresno?
Well, they from Fresno probably like I don't know, 8 to 10 people. 8 to 10.
Cool.
I think like 8 or 10. I don't know the exact number. But like in the tickets in total, they gave me 40 tickets and they said I could sell them or give them away. So I was like, I'm just gonna give them away, like let some people come in for free. And so I just started handing them out. I think like when I posted about it and said and told people that they can get some tickets, like I got rid of almost all of them.
Okay, that's pretty dope. That's awesome. So you have a pretty nice following then.
I would say I have a small fan base, but the fan base that I have is they rock with me, like they go hard.
So what song did you perform there at the showcase?
I performed a song that's called "Bout Me,"
Mhm.
and that song's also it's dropping on Friday. Like
So how long you been doing music for?
now, I mean that's a double-edged question because like we I've been rapping for as long as I can remember, like to other people's songs, but recording and releasing for the past 2 years.
Nice. So what made you want to take that jump and, go all in and put your best foot forward?
Man, I've wanted to do that for such a long time. So I have a crazy ass life. But I finally got into the position where, I finally got my first apartment to myself, which is this place right here.
Mhm.
And then I was working a construction job and then COVID was hitting, but construction don't stop. And they started giving out all these like unemployment and all this like COVID relief funds. And I was like, bruh, all my homies are getting it and they're blowing it. And I was like, nah, so I quit my job. I got the EDD, I got the COVID relief, and then I
Mhm.
went and bought all the studio shit and just started dropping music. Just went for
Yeah,
it.
that's pretty dope. That's a pretty dope story. So how would you describe your style of music?
Hyphy. Yeah, that West Coast hyphy style. But also like I feel I'm a little heavier on the lyrics than most people around. I like
Got
to
you.
fo- I like to focus on the message.
Nice.
Still
So
be
so
hyphy. Yeah.
so who would you say are your biggest influences?
Number one influence for dropping music is Russ for sure. I
Okay.
love I love listening to Russ and I love the versatility. And then Mac Dre, of course. And then both of those also led me to being super inspired by La Russell. And like my most present inspiration is La Russell currently.
Nice. So what producers do you work with, or do you work closely with any producers, or are there any artists that you work closely with?
I am the producer.
Nice. So you
Yeah,
produce all your own music as well?
yeah.
Ah, that's
There
pretty
there is
awesome.
the song about me. I actually worked with one producer for the first time, and he's from the Bay Area. And I wanted
Mhm.
to show some love to a producer that was making like hyphy style beats because nobody's really making that kind of music anymore. It's all trap, it's all trap beats and all drill beats. So it's like I wanted that authentic beat, and he was making them. So shouts out to Made by Harry. Yeah, that's the producer that made that song. But outside of that, yeah, I be producing all my songs.
Nice. So is that something you've been doing for a long time too? Is that something you just started picking up recently?
From the jump, I already knew because of Russ. Because of Russ, like he produced, mix, master, engineer all of his songs and writes all of them. So when I first started, I just went straight into first I need to learn how to make beats before I can even think about rapping on it.
Mm.
Made some beats, did not like them. The songs that I dropped too, like my first songs, they're so trash. And I was like, I gotta put them out anyways, like gotta make sure no matter what I make, I'm gonna put it out so you guys can hear the growth happen. And now it's very evident.
Awesome. So I'm pretty sure you got a lot of feedback from putting it out at first, even though you probably weren't as good as you wanted to at first, I
Yeah,
imagine, right?
I did like from the love of like just people around that fuck with me a little, they showed me some
Hmm.
love from the jump when I was doing it. But you know how that goes, like your homies will show you some love in the beginning, even if the songs aren't good, but after a while, if they stay bad, they don't show love no more. So
Yeah,
as long as my songs kept getting better, which they did, my homies kept showing more and more love, and it's grown into something pretty cool.
that's pretty dope. So what programs do you started using as a producer?
GarageBand.
Cool.
I
So is
did
that
like I did my first 24 songs produced, mixed, mastered, engineered on GarageBand.
wow? So how do
Yeah.
you learn to produce? Did you just like messing around, watching YouTube videos?
Yeah, bro. I have a master's degree in YouTube. Swear to God. Swear to God, I got a YouTube degree with a scholar flow, you know what I'm saying?
YouTube University, man. That's the
Yeah,
top
that's
university out there, man. Forget Harvard,
literally,
forget all that.
I'm not paying no school, bro. Hell no. I learned everything I needed to learn from YouTube, and I'm doing it well, in my opinion. I feel good, and now I feel nice and comfortable on Logic Pro is what I use now. So like I feel nice and comfortable. I fly through songs, and I also like I opened up 2 studios in town too, so I started making music for other people as well.
Okay, that's what's up. So you have your own studios as well.
Yeah. I
Nice.
had a first one, and then I had to move it and I got a bigger one after that. So it's just a big process. Learning how to do business with music was the idea of opening up a studio. Wasn't to do that forever, but it is definitely to learn just how to work around life while doing music for a living. And I wanted to do music, so studio was the first option for me.
That's pretty awesome. Is it open to the public? Is it still open now?
It currently it is closed down until the building has like some regulations they got to fix and stuff like that. But um, it's not open yet. So and plus, like I'm like I've been getting like super busy ever since like doing coast to coast. I had just done a competition 2 days before coast to coast, and I
Hmm.
won that one as well. So it's like got me doing a lot of stuff. So I'm not really recording a lot of people except for one of my homies right now. I'm just kind of always recording him because I show so much love to him. He's so dope.
That's what's up. So, how did you prepare for your performance at Coast to Coast?
Well, the preparation went back months before I even signed up. I was preparing before I even realized I was preparing. Is all I knew was I need to get my music out and I need to perform and I need to do it well. I want people to vibe with me. I want to show them that I'm not just like this isn't just like a hobby that I want to just do. Like I want to make it somewhere with music. So I started going to open mics every single week, and I
Mhm.
probably did like 15, 20 of them straight. And by the time I went to coast, I wasn't I felt good. I felt fine. I felt like I knew exactly what to do. I knew how to dance on stage because at first it was kind of like hard to do movement while you're rapping and stuff, getting tired. But after enough practice, you kind of get the endurance to be able to, hype the crowd up, jump with them while you're rapping at the same time. So that's exactly what I did at the competition.
Awesome. So, what advice would you have for anyone who might be getting on stage for the first time? Maybe not necessarily at Coast to Coast, but they haven't performed yet. They want to. They've been making music. They're about to go on their first performance.
You know what? I have a great piece of advice for beginners. So the best thing you can do is like one, know that it doesn't matter. You know, like if you do good or bad, it doesn't matter because it's not like you're Drake. You know what I'm saying? So like one, like know your position and know like come from humble beginnings and go up there and do your thing. And two, the last thing that like really it motivated me like tenfold is when I seen other people, whether their music was good or bad, but I seen them go up there and give it their 100. Like I was tripping, you know, I would see a lot of people, even if the music wasn't good, I seen them go up there and like not care what you would think about their song. They're going up there just to do it. And they
Hmm.
go 100%. And when I see that, it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. You know what I'm saying? I respect that. You know, it takes big balls to get up on there in front of all these people. And then even if your song is trash, like if you get up there and you go hard, I give you respect because it's not an easy thing to get up in front of a lot of people. So just know that when you get up there, like you're one of the few that will actually do these kinds of things and hold that high, you know, like hold your chin up. And once the song goes on, you race the crowd. What I do is I look over the top of their heads. I don't look at them in the face. I look over the top and I just kind of look at the back of the room as I go. So it looks like I'm looking at people, but a lot of times I'm not really looking at people because I'm trying to focus and not get too nervous or like forget my words or something like that.
Some pretty
So
good
yeah.
advice right there. So do you
Yeah.
kind of take the, I'm the only person in the room type of approach?
When I'm performing, once the beat goes on, everything else clears out the way
Mm.
because nothing else in that moment, not in that moment, nothing else matters. Nothing else should matter. Everything should go into your artistry and into your image and into your song, your energy. Everything should come out right there. You know, you should show the world who you are. Don't get up on stage and put your hands in your pockets. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
you're not gonna get anyone to start following your music when you don't even look like you follow your music. You know, so you have to go up there like you believe in your music more than anyone could ever imagine, you know? Because when you do, a lot of people will see how much you believe in it, and then that will then turn them into believers as well.
Awesome. That's a great approach right there. So how would you describe your style of performing? So for someone who hasn't watched you perform yet.
Well, if you could put it into a category, let's just put it into ADHD.
Oh,
That's
why do you
me.
say that?
Because man, I bring the energy. I ain't talking caffeine.
Gotcha, gotcha.
I gotta bring the energy, bring all the energy in, and really just like vibe out, you know, like whenever you see anybody vibing hard and just like enjoying their life, you can't be mad. You can't be mad. If you're mad, you're just a hater, and it's even worse for on your end if you're a hater. So it's like I just go up there and I vibe to my music like to the best of my abilities.
That's what's up. That's a great way of looking at it.
Yeah.
So, what recent projects are you working on, or that if you had a project that no one's heard you before and you wanted to direct them in the right way, like what's the first project you send them to?
So right now I have an album that I just released 2 weeks ago. It's called Throwaways, and it's literally like a bunch of songs that I didn't really like, but I wanted to drop them anyways, just for the growth factor. And so
Mhm.
that one's out right now. You can go there on all platforms. It's called Throwaways by Corbin. I'm dropping a single about me, the one that I won the competition with on the competition. And then I have an album now dropping next week on Friday on the 30th. That one's
Okay,
called Pure Growth.
awesome. So, how many projects have you released since you started?
Uh, I definitely have like that's a tough one because I released like a lot of singles. I did one single a week for 25 straight weeks.
Wow.
And then I dropped an EP after that, and then I dropped an album, and then now another single, and then another album. So I have easily like 50, 60 songs out.
So, what's your mindset behind that approach?
Well, the mindset's simple. It's like, look, I'm entering this new room, right?
Hmm.
And no one knows who I am. So let's say I had a song that blows up, okay? And then they're like, "Oh, we like the song." They go back to my page, and that's the only song that I have, or I only have like one or two more songs. Those people will probably listen to that song, like the song, save the song, and then never again listen to me on any other drops because I didn't have a catalog backing up my songs. So what my idea was make as much music as I can as comfortably as possible, like not rushing any kind of music. Just make, just create, and then just put it out because it doesn't matter. It's there's not millions of fans waiting on me. So once I make the song, just drop the song, just put it out. Because then at some point when you have a big song like my song About Me, that's gonna be a big song. When that song comes out, now they have 40 other songs to go and sort through that I have out already, plus an album and an EP. So that was the idea, was to have the background of a catalog.
That's a great approach, and it also keeps your fan base engaged. The ones that you do have there, for sure,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so what's your what's your approach in the studio? So what do you like in the studio? What do you like to do? What gets you in the mood?
Hmm. To be honest, it's not really a mood thing. It's a it's a drive thing, it's a passion thing. It's not really a mood because your mood can always change.
Hmm.
Like your mood can always be different. There's times when you're not motivated. There's times when you're just kind of angry or whatever it is. But whenever I go in the studio, it's literally I just do whatever I want. Like I don't, because now that I have a studio, I'm not paying for studio time. I didn't want to. I wanted to have my own studio. You want to get good at basketball, you put a hoop in your driveway. You want to get good at music, you put the gym in your house. And so I put the studio inside, and I honestly come in here every single day, and I just fuck around and find out everything.
For sure, you
There's
got
no
the
like yeah, there's no like map that I follow. I literally just come in here and I go through my beats or some songs that I had started before, and I'll just like find one that I'm vibing with for the time being. Once I like the song, I'm like, all right, let's get it, and then I just go crazy.
nope. And do you typically write out your music, or do you like to go off the dome? What's your approach there?
I used to literally freestyle every single song, like
Mm,
whether it was like section by section or a full song. Um, Nowadays, I was listening to J. Cole and Eminem. Yeah, they're
mm,
both talking about the importance of writing it down on paper, not even on your phone. Because I would write on my phone, but I never really enjoyed that. Because like it would get lost in the thousands of other things that I've wrote inside of my notes, and I don't like that. But I do like having a designated notebook
mm,
that's just for me, to where I can just like write my ideas down and just kind of like scribble all over the paper, like draw pictures and stuff, like where only I could really read what I'm saying on there. So then when I go to the track, like I can now see what exactly was I meaning and how I was trying to say it, because I wrote it on paper, and it sticks in my brain a lot better. Let alone the memorization of the lyrics is so much easier when you write the lyrics rather than like freestyling them or writing it on your phone. When you're writing
mm.
it, it's like, I don't know, it just helps me remember so much easier.
Interesting. This is an interesting approach. So how do you see your sound evolving in the next couple of years? Like, where do you see yourself the next couple of years?
I mean, I see myself just having an impact in general on the style of rap that is so popular, nowadays. It's nowadays it's that cat rap which is popular. Like everybody got to talk about this one particular thing,
Hmm.
and I can see it fading away. You can see the popularity of all that gang this, gang that, kill this, kill that, pop these pills and fuck these bitches. Like all that shit is starting to get played out a little bit, and you'll start
Hmm.
to notice lyricism and storytelling starting to come back.
Hmm.
Yeah, and the difference between me and like just anyone who can spit some lyrics and tell a story is like I just bring a lot of energy to it, like hyphy, like old school Mac Dre hyphy vibes, where I'm just getting into the whole song completely, to where even if I wasn't talking about all that street shit, you can definitely vibe out to what I'm saying though. Because I talk about me. And so in a couple of years from now, I see myself popularizing popularizing real rap. That's what it is. Like making it aiding to the cause of real hip hop. That's what I see myself doing.
That's awesome. So you're in the championship in Miami. That's in Veterans Day weekend down
Yeah.
here in Miami. So, how are you gonna prepare for the championship?
Well, first thing is I'm going back to open mic. Like shouts out to Full Circle Brewery, the whole village down there. Uh
Hmm.
we go crazy, and there's just a whole group of supportive individuals that we all just kind of go up there and give it our all every time, no matter how many people are in the room, whether there's 10 people or 50 people or no people, and it's just artists watching. It doesn't matter. So I'm gonna go back to doing a lot of open mics. I do have I got a curveball I'm gonna throw at the World Championships. I already know what I'm doing, so I got a lot of songs. That's probably why I have a lot of songs that are been waiting to perform on a bigger stage where I can touch some people's hearts. You feel me?
Okay, sounds good. So every year we do our conference as well. Is that something you're looking forward to?
Oh man, that's like one of the biggest perks right there. Like it is it's a huge blessing to like be in the running for 50K or however the prize is actually mixed up. But the biggest gift itself is like just the opportunity to perform out of state, to show new people my music and to meet all these new people. Like there's you guys are providing a lot. I don't think I ever heard of anybody doing something like this. So it's like there's a lot of things that you guys are providing to us, as in like meeting labels or even producers or other songwriters and stuff like that inside of that conference alone, let alone all the artists you meet, from the showcase all the way to the world championship.
I did notice you said you were going to perform at a festival. When's that going to be?
That's in October. I'm not exactly sure on the day. I gotta check the date, but sometime in October there's a festival called the Happiness of Pursuit, and I won first place at their little. I guess it's a competition, but it's more like an audition to see who would be on the main stage. And so I won first place, so I'll be on the main stage there. Definitely performing About Me again, because every time I do that song, like one, you see me, you don't ever expect me to come out swinging like that, like on that song. If you ever listen to that song, you'll never expect me to come out swinging like that. But it's always such a good time seeing the reaction of people. They're always like, "Wait a minute," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's your friendly neighborhood white boy. That's what I do." Like that's what I do.
I like that. I
Plus, I
like
gotta
that.
I gotta hit a backflip or something on stage. That'd be lit.
That would be pretty dope. I've seen somebody do a backflip on stage at a championship one time. It's probably one of the top moments that we've had at the championship. So that would definitely get the crowd going for sure.
Hey, don't give me no bad ideas because I can do a lot more than one backflip. I
So speaking, you
might,
said
I might, I might just do that.
you mentioned your new projects. Anybody, any artists that you work with on the regular or that you plan on working with? Anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Bro, shouts out to Zacchaeus the Chief. That is my guy, my dog. He's like, if you ever talk about like homies that support you and people that don't really they're your friends, but they don't actually support what you do. This
Mhm.
is one of those homies that does exactly what he says. Like and it's the same vice versa for me. So Zacchaeus the Chief, he's cold, one of the coldest in my city for sure. So me and him, we just go back and forth making songs every damn near every single day.
Awesome. So if there's
Yeah.
anybody out there, maybe they go check out your music after this that they wanted to work with you, they wanted to get a feature. How would they get in contact with you?
DM me. I don't charge for features. I will feature on anyone's song if I fuck with the kind of music you make. Outside of that, I don't charge for features. Unless you're coming out to me with some crazy ass music and you're offering me hella money to do a feature, then I might say yes, grab that bag real quick. But to be honest, I don't really charge for features. I'll only feature with people that I fuck with the message that they bring. Because that's what I do. So it's like, my style is like self-confidence, self-belief. Um, not even just that, just your present life and being honest about how you live and what you do. And then talking your shit about it too, because you can talk your shit about anything. You don't have to lie. So if you're like that, if you don't lie like that and you really live your raps, tap in because I'll definitely fuck with you.
That's what's up. So give a shout out to your social media and let everybody know where they can find your music.
You can find me on literally any platform out there. It's all the exact same. It's CXRBN underscore. That's it. CXRBN. It's Corbin, but I took the vowels out. I thought I was creative in the beginning. It turns out people think it says carbon. So we'll make it known one day that it's Corbin, but whatever.
That's
I'm not
funny.
tripping.
All right. Well, on that note, I guess we'll end the podcast right there. We look
Yeah.
forward to watching you perform at the championship in Miami. I look forward to meeting you as well.
Yes, sir. I look forward to meeting you too. What's your name again?
JP.
JP?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, JP. You a fucking goat.